Hi there, welcome to Technique Overview. I'm your host Sanat, and today I'll be walking you through a basic prospect and customer management tool in Airtable. If you're not familiar with Airtable, it's a simple but very powerful tool that allows you to build your own business applications. As you'll see when we dive into it, it looks a lot like a spreadsheet, but it's much more powerful, and it's also possible to make it look very, very different. So today, like I said, we're going to be doing a prospect and customer relationship management tool, which is also called a CRM. You might have heard of CRMs before. You might have heard of HubSpot, Salesforce, Zoho. And these tools are great, but sometimes they're a little bit too powerful. And what we want is simplicity. So if we're looking for a basic CRM, Airtable is hard to beat. And so I want to show you what something like a CRM would look like in Airtable. So let's dive right in. You'll see I have a sales CRM app, and you'll see up top I have these different tabs. First, we have our opportunities, which is the deals we're working on. Then we have our accounts, which are the organizations we're working with. Then we have the contacts, the people at these organizations. And finally, we have our interactions, the high touch points we have with people and organizations. And so I just want to quickly cycle through them. Accounts, contacts, interactions, and let's go back to opportunities. Okay, that was a lot. So I think let's start by talking about one, and then we'll be able to better understand the others. So if we look at our opportunities, you'll see right away that we have what looks like almost like an Excel spreadsheet with some colors added. And that's actually a good way of visualizing this information. These are called tables, and each table contains information about these different buckets. And so, like we already touched on, opportunities are our deals. And you'll see we have a few different fields here, and each field is additional information about that opportunity. And so we start with our opportunity name, we have our status, we have our priority, owner, account, estimated value, which is the expected value for that deal, and a couple of other fields. And finally, we have these primary contact foreign interactions. Now, as we've already touched on, we have these different tables up here, and these tables are connected right over here. And so account, if we have this specific account, BearPaw Solutions, we would then know, okay, BearPaw Solutions is linked to this opportunity. The same for contacts, same for interactions. And so we already touched on the fact that this looks like a spreadsheet, but the thing to keep in mind is you can build links between these different tables that you can't build in a spreadsheet. And so as a result, we can have all this independent information that still connects together. And so right now, we're looking at this view, which is a very helpful view, but it's great at giving us an overview of everything. But if we want to look at an individual opportunity, so the first thing we would do is hover over here where it says expand. And if I click that button, you'll see that that same information we had in columns is now presented in a slightly different fashion. And it almost looks like a form. So we have, again, the status, the priority, the owner of the opportunity, account, and you'll see that this is a cleaner view for some of these linked records. Because, for example, interactions, we can see now that there are multiple interactions here very easily. I'm going to close this. So now this view is great for getting a sense of everything. We've expanded on the specific record, which is just one individual piece of information. The other thing we can do is get views, aka the same kind of presentation of information, in a way that allows us to make sense of our data. So as an example, if I were to click on this group by owner view, and actually if I click this, it pins it. So now if we see here, you can see how many deals each of these owners has. And this is a great way of, for example, understanding how many opportunities your salespeople are working on. If I click on the sales pipeline, now you'll notice it's the same information presented very differently. This is what's called a Kanban view, right? It's broken down by the opportunity stages. And basically we can look at, are we in qualification, proposal, evaluation, etc. And the nice thing about a view like this is we can actually drag and drop. And so If this is now moving to proposal, now you'll see the BPS pilot is in the proposal. And so again, a different way of looking at the information and a different way of actually moving information around in this case. And so if I go back to all opportunities, and now if I were to click on any of these individual ones, you'll see, let's say accounts, for example. Now it's the same kind of information. It's just what are we capturing about accounts specifically. And so you'll see we have Ace Poly, industry, size, company website, the LinkedIn, what are the contacts. And if I were to click this, now you'll see that we have all the same information presented in a much more visually appealing way. And that is an overview of our sales CRM in Airtable. Thanks a lot for watching.